Hello, welcome to Repurposing Junk with Mrs. Munson, and Lily and I are going to be showing you a project today with this meat grinder which we got at an estate sale. And I like the meat grinder very much. It's got a great patina, and although I think it's a great meat grinder, Lily is not really intrigued with all its bumps and metal noises. So I'm going to let her down and I'll show you how cool it is. We paid $5 for this. Some of them I paid about $4, but this is a large one, and so $5 was a fair price. Meat grinders were originally designed to hook on the counter like this, and you were just not a proper home in early times if you didn't have your meat grinder making your sausages and all that. So it's become fashionable now to make this into a planter, so you put your soil in there and you can plant your sedums, and it's kind of a cute project, so I think that's why they're a little harder to find than they used to be. We're going to turn this meat grinder upside down like this, and that way we're not limited to just hooking it onto the side of a counter. I really like this project because it doesn't require quite as many tools as some other lamp projects do. So this one is a pretty good project. You'll just need a hacksaw for sawing this bit off, but I'll show you all these details step by step, and we'll show you the story of this from the beginning to ending, so stick around. So this is the loot we just got at the estate sale. And let's see, 2 meat grinders, which I'm excited about showing off on a video. One was $3, one was $5. This scale was $5. We got these 3 very cool old books, 3 for $5. And this rusty old toolkit or toolbox is going to be a sedum planter, I think. So good haul. Guy charged me $25 for the whole lot, and it was pretty successful. What I really like about the meat grinder lamp is it doesn't really require many tools. All you need is a hacksaw and 1 cut, and after that you're ready to electrify your meat grinder. So the only thing that you need to get rid of is this clamp bit, and I like to cut down here because this screw is neat, and you can kind of do nice things with it. And if you cut it up here, then you can't do anything with it. So I like to cut it down here. You should be able to see this pretty good now. Just gonna cut this bit off with my hacksaw. We're gonna do something called, I like to call, I don't think there's an official name for it, but I call it a naked shade. And all I do is take a shade I've bought somewhere cheap and pull the fabric off it. So this one, it was once probably a fabulous shade, but all these are falling off, and all I do is pull the fabric off and then I'll paint it. So we'll take care of that next. And there's really no trick to it. Just pull it off. Hopefully it's not going to be one that's been glued to holy heck. So just get started. going to paint the naked shade. Unfortunately, it did have a whole bunch of glue. I spent a lot of time chipping that off, but I like to leave a little bit of it. It makes it seem a little more rustic and aged. I'm going to use this nickel paint, nickel colored paint, because I wanted to have some darker contrast to the meat grinder. I like this multi-surface because it adheres better to metal. And I am going to not just paint this lampshade, but there are other pieces that I'm going to use on the top. So I'm going to paint the harp and the fixture, and I'm also going to paint the socket, base, and the cap. Also going to paint the screw top. So I'll just go ahead and get all those painted at the same time, save me time when I assemble it. Now, when you are going to wire your meat grinder, the thing that's going to make this really easy is this little piece that comes with a lot of these sockets when you buy them online. And what you're going to want to do is take this socket, or take this little piece that comes with your socket, and I like to snip it. So I like to take off at least one, and then I cut into all four of them. Otherwise it won't fit in the hole. And this is where the screw was. So we've taken it out. We hacksawed that before, so we've taken it out. And that is where this is going to fit. And this little plastic piece is very cool because we're going to screw the socket piece onto there. So this is Gorilla Glue once again. And it's probably going to drip, and I know from experience that you don't really need to go chipping all the Gorilla Glue off, so just go ahead and protect it ahead and stick some paper towel on there because it's going to drip probably. And Gorilla Glue doesn't come off your hands. Oh, and you're supposed to get it wet, which is a good idea. But right now, I'm not going to stop and go get the water that I should have gotten before. So you're supposed to get it damp, and it does make it foam up better and work better, but I forgot. And as I've spoken about before, the original Gorilla Glue, it foams up. It's cool. And when it does that, makes a bit of a mess. But that's okay. We're gonna, you can kind of chip away where you've got extra foam sometimes. We're gonna work with the foam a little bit. Where there is foam, we're going to add a little wire. Okay, now because we are adding this harp to the lamp. We have to plan ahead, and we're going to have to put this harp catcher. This has to go on. So we have to start with that step now. And I've found when you just put these on, they're a little wobbly. So I'm going to add this piece now. And it's a salvaged piece from another lamp. And I like Gorilla Glue again because it fills in. And it's kind of like a mortar piece. Or a foam piece. The Gorilla Glue will add sort of like a foam bit. And it will keep it steady. So I'm going to add this piece right here. And then I'm going to add this piece to catch the harp. And you have to plan ahead for this, so there we go. So it has to go under this piece. And I hope there's going to be enough room for this to screw on appropriately. We'll find out. Looks like there it is. Yeah. All right, make sure everything's squared up. Yep. We'll go ahead and screw this down. Okay, good. It feels like that bit in to the plastic piece, the screw did, which is good. All right, so squared, yes. Alright, looking good. Now we can wire this up. So we're gonna go with the ridges. R goes to silver, RS. So you can take your needle nose pliers, give the ridges side R, and bend that over the S, silver, QRS. QRS. Okay. And then tighten it down. And then the gold side, got no rhyme for that. This tight. And time for a test. Oops. Yep. Okay. And this one we're going to want to glue pretty good, because although this socket seemed to bite on pretty good, didn't have a lot of space to screw on there, so I'm going to make sure it's glued on pretty well. So I'm kind of putting a lot of Gorilla Glue down there. And as I told you before, if you like to tie that under writer's knot, go for it. If you want to just secure it with the Gorilla Glue, that's the way I like to do it. And as we've talked about, Gorilla Glue original foams up, and as it foams up, it will secure your lamp workings in there. And that is the way I like to secure things. Oh, you can't have your switch right here because it will get in the way of your harp. So you're going to have to make sure that your switch is not in the way of the harp. So move it off out of the way of the harp. Since I'm gluing everything down nice and true, I could get in trouble with that. See, I like this nice padded bit on my pliers. Here it is all wired up, and here are two kinds of naked shades. This is the one we're putting on the harp. I just want to show you this other kind, and this is the sort of shade that you can use when you don't have a harp like this. And this one I prefer because you can use it with any sort of shade, or you can use it with any sort of fixture when you haven't planned ahead and put the harp on it. It just simply sits on top of right around this, and it's really nice if you haven't planned ahead, and you can either have it when you have a bare bulb or not. So if you have a shade like this, you can just add it or not. You can put it on any lamp, or you can just keep your lamp with a bare bulb. So those are cool. This is the one I planned for this particular lamp. I painted this up, and my plan was to do this and then put this on top, but I think it's too tall. I don't like it. So new plan. I'm going to do this finial and put this on top. I think that's better. It's not quite as tall. Problem with any of these kind of things is you can't just glue this on top. I've tried that before. It seems really good for a while, but then it just pops off. So I'm going to do a combination of glue. I'm going to use some Gorilla Glue again. I'll use wire. I'll actually do a little tape. Not that that's going to hold it, but it kind of acts as a shim and a reinforcement. So between the glue and the wire and the tape, it will hold it. So I will do lots of layers and the wire will get it to hold. So I'll show you when it's done. It's kind of an ugly process, but just gluing this, plopping it on the top, it looks fabulous until you twist it and then it'll just pop off. So I'll show you when it's done. If you like this video, please hit the like button. If you'd like to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching.